Today, we will discover 6 incredible facts about history. Facts that will make you say, "Wait, really?" Let's go. Fact 1. The Roman Empire and China knew about each other. 2,000 years ago, the Roman Empire controlled Europe and the Middle East. At the same time, the Han Dynasty controlled China. These two civilizations were the most powerful in the world, and they were aware of each other. Roman writers called China Saris, the land of silk. Chinese writers called Rome Dakin, the great empire in the West. Merchants carried goods between them along the Silk Road for hundreds of years. But here is the most shocking part. In 166 AD, a group of men arrived in China claiming to be ambassadors from Rome. The Chinese emperor received them with great honor. But historians are not sure they were real ambassadors. They may have been merchants pretending to be official representatives. Nobody knows for certain. Two of the greatest empires in history, aware of each other, but separated by thousands of kilometers and centuries of mystery. Fact 2. Mammoths were still alive when the pyramids were being built. Most people think mammoths disappeared long before human civilization began. Ice Age animals, lost in a distant prehistoric world. But this is wrong. The last woolly mammoths on Earth lived on a small island called Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean near Russia, and they survived until around 1650 BCE. The Great Pyramid of Giza was completed around 2560 BCE. That means for almost 1,000 years, the ancient Egyptians were building monuments, writing hieroglyphics, and ruling a great civilization, while woolly mammoths were still walking the earth. Somewhere in the Arctic, a small group of mammoths lived on. They had no idea, and neither did the Egyptians. Fact 3. There was a war that lasted only 38 minutes. The shortest war in recorded history was between Britain and the Sultanate of Zanzibar. It happened on the 27th of August, 1896. The Sultan of Zanzibar died, and a new sultan took power without British permission. Britain did not accept this. They sent an ultimatum: step down or face war. The new sultan refused. At 9 o'clock in the morning, British ships opened fire on the palace. By 9:38, it was over. The palace was destroyed. The Sultan escaped by boat. The war lasted between 38 and 45 minutes, depending on the source. Zanzibar surrendered. Britain won, and history recorded the shortest war ever fought. Fact 4. Einstein was offered the presidency of Israel. In 1952, the first president of Israel, Chaim Weizmann, died. The Israeli government needed a new president. They offered the position to Albert Einstein. Einstein was the most famous scientist in the world. He was Jewish. He had publicly supported the creation of Israel. For the government, it seemed like a perfect choice, but Einstein said no. He was 73 years old. He wrote a letter explaining that he lacked the natural ability and experience to deal with people and perform official duties. He said he was too old and too devoted to science. He died 3 years later, in 1955. Still a scientist, never a president. Fact 5. The inventor of the telephone never called his wife or mother. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone in 1876. It changed the world. Today, billions of people use phones every single day. But Bell himself refused to have a telephone in his study. He found it too distracting. He did not want interruptions while he was thinking and working. And here is the saddest detail. His wife Mabel and his mother were both deaf. They could never use the telephone he invented. He never called them, not because he didn't love them, but because they could not hear. The man who connected the world could not use his own invention to connect with the people he loved most. That is all for today. Which fact shocked you the most? Write it in the comments below. And subscribe for more slow English lessons every week. See you next time.